Greetings, everyone. Happy holidays to you all. This is Brandon Williams with Coldwell Banker, license number 500-7535, cell number 443-810-5612. And today I'd just like to check back in with another video because it's been a while. I actually need to get better with that. It's technically Saturday, November 27th. I actually went and bought a couple pair of shoes for Black Friday. I met my niece and sister at the mall. Got a couple pair of Clarks. So, yeah. Outside of that, the first thing I'd like to get to is November 1st, I returned home from a trip to LA. I went to my first two home Lakers games, and it was amazing. We won them both, thankfully, because the last two I attended in D.C., we lost, and in Philly. But California, for me, is beautiful. Like I was saying out there, like I know them people probably had enough of the views, but the clear skies and the mountains, I'm like, I can do this every day. But yeah, the weather, like, it was amazing. Really enjoyable time. I went October 27th, I believe, and like I said, came back the first, so that was great. Like, being a Lakers fan since '96, to be able to go to a home game, especially before they turn it to CryptoArena.com or whatever that bullshit is. Not excited about it, but it's good to get into Staples before it's not Staples anymore. So that's that. Also have family out there, so yeah, real just awesome. Next, my first deal, I got it done. My closing was on November 15th, and it went really swiftly, all that good stuff for my client and myself. Minus one weird thing. So my client signs all her paperwork and all that good stuff, and she's my buyer client, that is, and she's buying it from a LLC, and the person who's, I guess, showing up for it, operating it, whatever, owning it, I don't know, whatever their position was, showed up late. And by the time they showed up, my client had everything signed, and the title representative was going over with them. And the seller's agent says, "Oh, I didn't bring the key." Mind you, the key. We'll get back to that. But the foolish reason behind her not bringing the key, I don't know. But yeah, she didn't bring the key, so that was pretty much at the end of that. My client was pretty much baffled by that situation, as was I. So following closing, we meet her to get the key. So yes, one key. I understand that I'm a rookie and all that, but I thought you typically get two keys at a time. When I got my car, I get two keys. When I got my vending machine, I got two keys. So that was kind of odd to me and my client as well. So we stand around, we talk for a few minutes at the property, and we leave and out, and she's locking the door, and the mailbox is to the left, and the mailbox also has a key, which we didn't get. So I call the sales agent like, "Hey, what's up with the key to the mailbox?" And her response literally was, "Oh, that's a great question. Let me call you back." Yeah. So she calls me back and say, "Hey, check in the kitchen cabinet." So I checked every kitchen cabinet, every kitchen drawer thrice over. Like, "Hey, it's not here." And she's like, "Oh, well, let me call a contractor, blase, blase." So she doesn't get back to me for a week following that. And at this point, she still has no solution, to which I say, you might as well replace it at this point. So that was weird. Oh, and another cool thing which was thankful for me to hear, grateful, exciting. I met a previous title guy, and he stopped by like, "Hey, if you want some champagne, let me know for your first deal." I was like, "No, thank you, I'm good." And the seller's agent was like, "Oh, I didn't know this was your first deal. You handled it pretty well." So that was really cool for me to hear. I was thankful for that. So like the process with the putting in the contract and all that was really, really simple and just a breezing process for me. So I was just thankful for that. Thankful for my client. She has a dog, so I got her a gift card for Petco for a thank you gift. So she was real excited about that. So a really cool process. So I want to talk about a few books that I've read recently. One, we have the Address book here by Deidre Mask. Deidre Mask, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Subtitle, What Street Addresses Reveal About Identity, Race, Wealth, and Power. Of course, I grabbed this as a realtor because I thought it'd be a good book. And Mastery by Robert Greene. I just recently finished this and just started Consciousness Explained by Daniel Dennett. The Address book, she talked about numerous places on the planet about what cities contributed to what we have as far as addresses and things go in society as today. And one of the titles of a chapter was, What Can House Numbers Teach Us About Power? And this was set it. The setting for this chapter was in Vienna, Italy, and talked about how the Queen Maria Theresa in 1770 was trying to find. Oh, my table is broke, and my table just leaned here. I got it, kind of jimmy rigged. I was hoping that didn't happen in the video, just in case this was a good video and I can keep it. But I just might. But anyway, about Maria Theresa, in March of 1770, she put an order in to put house numbers on every house because the wealthy landlords that owned the land and pretty much directed the families on the land, they were responsible for the military drafts. And of course, like any good company or boss or whatever, if you will, in this situation, will keep all the good people. So you keep all the good people and you give all the sucky people for the military. So the Queen was like, what can I do to alleviate me getting all the sucky people? So there goes the house numbers. So house numbers weren't created for us to navigate GPS and all that good stuff. They were created for us to be found by the police, for us to be taxed, and all that stuff that comes with being ran by the government. Of course, according to this book here. And another one where the setting was New York, and the chapter was titled, How Much is a Street Worth? And fun tidbit on New York. It used to be Long Acre Square till 1904. The Times Square is what it is. The Times, is that what the news report people in New York? I think it's the Times Square, but that's what it was called before the Times moved there. So I thought that was pretty interesting as well. It used to be, prior to all the buildings, of barren land and farm, but they did kind of make New York to be a money land. So in 2016, there were the people called the Zeckendorfs, and they are building investors, for lack of better words, if you will. And they bought their air rights, which is basically, in the literal sense of what that is, to buy a certain height, if you will, for you to build. And what they did was they paid $40 million to a church for 70,000 square foot of air rights, and in addition to 30,000 for the next 100 years, simply for their address. So behind and beside the politics intertwined with the religion is a very interesting scenario for myself, but that's a different topic all in its own, and for another day, if you want to, or shit, if you got a topic on that or a question, I'd like to get into it. I'm always willing to get down with those type of topics, if you will. Anything deep and thoughtful that stirs the brain, I'd like to get to it. But yeah, also through some research, I've seen that since 1987, the annual increase of the home value has been 4.1%. So from a real estate perspective, that's pretty good, which you wouldn't get in renting a home. So that would be in an owning scenario. So, but that is a to each his own thing. And even as a real estate agent, I'd say if renting works for you and your situation, your family, your loved ones, go for it. Or if owning goes better for you, let's talk about that. Let's do that. So whatever works for you. And the existing home sales for last month was expected to be 6.20 million, and it came at 6.34 for October 2021. So, and the median average for the preceding months in the summer were pretty much hovering around 6 million, like the 5.8 area, and it went around 6 as well. So the home market is still kind of hot, if you will. So if that's something you want to talk about, I gave you my number at the beginning. Anything else you want to get in contact, please feel free to reach out to me, whether it's buying, renting, books, reading, vending, anything, if you will. Please feel free to reach out. Peace, love, and blessings to you, especially if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you and happy holidays.